I love it when I start recording a video and realize that there's something wrong with the focus, so I need to start all over again, but it's fine. What's up, guys? I am officially back from the Toronto International Film Festival. Some of you probably didn't even know I was away, but if you did notice that there was like less videos than usual, that's why. There was supposed to be another one. I don't know what happened to it. It was uploaded and scheduled. I don't see it anymore. I don't know what happened. And I was just gonna upload another video I'd been working on, but I had to wait because we have been blessed with something incredible. So obviously, because I just got back from TIFF, I've seen a lot of amazing movies over the past, like 12 days. So you might be thinking like, okay, you're gonna bless us with like a really amazing movie. And the answer is yes. I am gonna bless you with a really amazing movie, but it's not gonna be either just something that was really amazing from TIFF or something that people are really excited to hear people talk about, get a leg up on the competition with videos about things like The Joker or Jojo Rabbit or Knives Out or Parasite or anything like that. I'm going to be blessing you with a movie that I've been talking about just so extensively for months now. So if you guys have ever been to my stream, you might have stopped by one of the ones where we were watching trailers. Something might have been mentioned on stream that made me watch this trailer again because I love it so much. And that is
the Velocipastor.
That's right. The Velocipastor, a man of the claw. So you guys can take your votes right now before we get into this. Do you think the Velocipastor is a velociraptor who became a pastor who turns into a velociraptor, or a pastor for velociraptors? You be the judge. So either way, I've been super excited about this movie for months. I'd actually tweeted at the people who made the movie. So I'd actually posted something on May 14th saying, there's only one movie that matters this year, and that movie is The Velocipastor. And shockingly, or maybe not shockingly, the actual movie Twitter account got back to me saying, bless your good taste, my child. And I responded with, blessed being, will there be Velocipastor merchandise? And they responded with, if God is good, soon we pray. Now, sadly, I don't actually think there is any Velocipastor merchandise yet, which really bums me out. If anybody involved in Velocipastor is watching this right now, do you mind if I just make my own Velocipastor t-shirt? Can I put that logo on a shirt, just wear it all the time? Do you have anything from the set? Do you have things that went just to crew members, family, friends, actors, anything? I'm desperate. I will pay money, please. Otherwise, I'll make my own. I don't mind. I'll put in the legwork. It's cool. I just want a shirt. But my excitement for this movie was so high that I almost bought a one-day trip to, I think, Philadelphia, where it was being premiered one night and the tickets for it hadn't sold out yet. And obviously, I didn't end up being able to do that, but I almost did. That was the extent of my excitement. I almost left the country to watch this movie, but now it is released. This is Monday. This is literally, I got back very late last night and I woke up to this on my doorstep, which was just an amazing gift, a blessed gift. And I'm so excited to talk about this because I just finished watching it and it is probably just one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. So it's written, directed, all that good stuff by Brendan Steer. And I don't even necessarily know how to talk about this movie because every second of it is iconic. So without going into too many details right off the bat, in case some people get really hyped about it and don't want to know anything that I have to say and decide they want to go watch it, we're going to answer your question. This is about a man who is a priest or a pastor who turns into a velociraptor. So if that's what you voted, you guys won. Congratulations. There's no actual prizes, but that's a lesson in life. Sometimes you'll be right about things and you won't get anything for it. So it's just a good lesson of life. So this is one of those movies that it knows what it is. So it is in the realm of it is so bad that it is great. And it knows that that's what it's doing. And trust me, when you're watching this, you know that they know. This whole studio must be dedicated to this because some of the trailers that played before it, like Ouija Shark, they know what they're going for, but they do it so well. If I could be involved in this movie, if I could have been, are you making a sequel, Brendan? Can I be in it? Come on, please just cast me. But it's such a fun ride. It's got ancient Chinese curses, it's got ninjas, it's got philosophical questioning, it's got romance. The music slaps, both the actual score and the songs that they use. There's a lot of stuff that's done incredibly well in this movie that does not take itself remotely seriously. And I love it. I love every second of it. It's It's fantastic. So yeah, definitely watch this. But let's get into some of the specifics just so you guys can understand the wild ride that you can expect from the Velocipastor. So this movie starts off with him finishing a sermon and walking outside and seeing his parents. So they're standing behind a car. And then an explosion happens. And it cuts back to the parents, or what should have been the parents, and instead of there being any kind of like burning wreckage or anything, it literally just says,
No! No!
It's just, I love it so much. And this is the moment that I actually wish I'd been recording myself watching the movie because I lost it. That was the moment that I knew. I'm like, okay, they know exactly what they're doing, and it's great. So obviously he's traumatized. It cuts back to him having a conversation with the more, seasoned priest, and he literally gives the great advice of,
So your parents died, Doug. It's what parents do.
Either way, he ultimately says, you have to go if you're losing your faith. If you feel like you're losing your faith, you need to go somewheres where God isn't, and then see if you can find him again, because, he'll find you in even the darkest of places. So Doug the pastor ends up in China, the godless land of China. There's this battle going on between a ninja and somebody who's just dressed up in like a karate gi, basically. She gets shot with an arrow right through the heart.
Oh my God! Are you hurt?
No, Doug, I don't think she's okay. Either way, she ends up giving him this dinosaur tooth, and it ends up scratching him. He starts kind of having this like fever delusion, and then it kind of like cuts to him waking up in his bed back in America, and we get the very nice foreshadowing line of,
Here's food if you're hungry.
I am hungry.
that's how we know stuff's about to go down. So it then cuts to him like walking around town because you're really struggling. Something inside's trying to come out, and not his repressed sexual nature from being a priest or anything like that. But, he's really struggling, and he ends up stumbling past this girl who we then find out is a prostitute. I'm trying to just mumble over that so this doesn't get demonetized. She's talking to her pimp, whose name is Frankie Mermaid. And do you know why? Do you know why they call him Frankie Mermaid? Because he can't tell us why.
Because you're swimming in bitches.
This is the greatest movie that has ever been created. And then he literally transforms into a raptor, making him the Velocipastor. So then cuts back to the girl who is in the process of potentially being mugged, and then Doug the dinosaur stumbles upon them and just enacts his dinosaur wrath on this dude, kills him, head ends up tossed over to the side, and the reveal moment is just top notch. I literally cannot tell that this wasn't, for one, just a real dinosaur, or two, just ripped out of a Jurassic Park movie.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Like, excuse me, was this the raptor scene from the first Jurassic Park? I literally can't tell the difference. So it basically cuts after this to him waking up in bed, and the girl comes into the room, and she is very turned on by the fact that this man can turn into a murderous dinosaur. At this point, there's a weird mix-up. He thinks that they probably had sex, but she's talking about the fact that he turns into a murder monster. Again, super into it, though.
Last night was amazing.
What are you talking about?
The time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
Don't worry, man. Nothing against the Lord happened here. So she takes him back to the spot where the guy was killed. He's wearing her dress because he broke out of his clothing, so he doesn't have any more. I love this so much. And she ends up, proposing the logical idea of, why don't you actually do things that priests say they do and make the world a better place by killing the murderers and just do some good in the world. And at first he's a little bit hesitant to it, but then he's in a confession booth, and Frankie the mermaid shows up, smoking in the confessional booth.
Can't smoke in here, my son.
Listen, Padre, Frankie f***ing Mermaid smokes where the f*** he wants because his life is on fire.
And he starts talking about like killing babies, murdering people, and then admits that he was the one who killed Doug's parents, because that's how things work. Everything just super connected in this movie. So obviously finding out that Frankie killed his parents, he kills them.
You murdered my parents!
Time to be mindful of your next confessions, I guess. So at this point he thinks, hey, I guess it is a good idea. I've clearly been blessed with some kind of ability. I can now do the Lord's work. So we get a training montage. Like 100%. If the priest thing doesn't work out, dude's gonna make a great gym teacher with those shorts. This is the best love story ever. So everything's going great at this point, but of course the conflict is not done because obviously the people that he randomly stumbled to in China, the ninja, are also a ninja syndicate in the US who are doing a bunch of crimes. They're the head of it. They're very religious and they're trying to wipe out the infidels, but they're also involved in all of the organized crime. So obviously this man's is killing all of the low-level workers for this crime syndicate of religious Chinese ninjas. So they're a little bit upset. So they're like, it's time to kill the dragon warrior. And then there's a laughing scene, which again, really sells me on the fact that this movie knows exactly what it is. So obviously at this point, the head priest is getting a little bit concerned. You know, Doug's not as involved. He's distracted.
What if I told you that I was different?
You're not that different. There are plenty of men like that in the church.
No.
There's plenty of men like that in the church. I love it. Obviously, the priest doesn't believe him and decides, okay, we can't wait for the diocese to deal with this. I'm gonna take you to an exorcist because that just seems like the right thing to do right now. The exorcism backfires and just kind of forces him to transform. He attacks the priest and then runs away. He ends up running into the criminal ninja syndicate. And then we get this nice little aside moment where one of the ninjas has one of these internal anime monologues where he's all like, oh my God, this was how my death was foreseen.
우진이 항상 나한테 말해줬지. 이렇게 될 것이라고.
All while one of the other ninjas is trying to explain the game plan.
Ginny, you got that? Good. Try him in. Good.
Either way, they end up attacking the Velocipastor, but he makes his harrowing escape. The love interest ends up finding him, and they have a nice moment where he's like, oh my God, I attacked a good person. I attacked the priest. And he's like, no, you're not a monster because there's no monster here.
There's no monsters in here.
Greatest love story! But of course, the ninjas find him. She and he manage to knock them both out because she too is a skilled warrior. That's what you need in a woman. Martial arts skills. The head ninja dude starts explaining to the older priest kind of what their plan is and about how they're going to get the entire city hooked on drugs and then have their religious organization be the only alternative for help. And that will force everybody to convert and make them loyal. And this is starting to sound a little bit too real. There's so many little moments of great commentary, great social commentary in this movie, while also just being the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I actually love this. So either way, he thinks they're crazy, so they end up killing him and calling him an infidel. But it's okay, because even though he's dead, the Velocipastor is here to save the day. Now from this point, there's a bunch of other little moments about how it wraps up and where it goes from here and what the conclusion is that I'm just gonna leave you with so that you should just watch it. But I just want you to know that it ends with him holding this head in the sky with the quote, "Only through the elimination of violence will we finally be able to achieve world peace." I love this movie. And I know you guys watch the movies that people make fun of on YouTube, 100%. It doesn't matter how many times we review things and say, this is horrible, don't watch it, and y'all just go out to your Netflix account and you watch it. Here's me actually telling you, this is so amazing. It knows exactly what kind of movie it is. It plays into it incredibly, and it's hilarious and so fun to watch. Get a group of friends together. Each of you spend $1 or something and just rent it. I don't know how much it's going to be to rent, but just pay a bit of money for this. It's worth it. It's such a fun movie to watch. It's not really that long. It's an easy time commitment, but I guarantee that you will be blessed. This is an experience, and I'm happy to have had it. So let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Have you guys heard of Velocipastor? Have any of you watched it? Were any of you actually lucky enough to catch it at one of the screenings that they did? Let me know if you guys do watch it and what you think of it. I had so much fun with it. Kudos to everybody involved with this movie. You did great. I know what you set out for. You succeeded. I love every one of you. Again, let me know if I can make the Velocipastor shirts. I really want to. So yeah, that is gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later.